But
Taylor.
yes.
Oh, I was going to ask if anything's happened with the contractor. I bet everyone wants me to ask.
Oh, no, I still haven't decided on a guy this week. I think tomorrow I have another person coming out. I'm just pricing out right now the basement egress and the rough in
for the nursery.
Then for the nursery, yeah, in the basement, that'd be very inconvenient. And then the bathroom stuff. A lot of that, after watching a lot of YouTube videos on it, which is kind of how I learned to do anything. That's
sure.
Like I just try and find YouTube videos. The actual like putting in flooring, like replacing vanity. One of my bathrooms, I'm not changing. Like I'll have to change the shower head because I want a new nice one. But like I'm not changing any plumbing stuff. Like I can do a lot of that myself, and so I'm just going to be doing that. Like I'm going to do a lot of the flooring myself, a lot of the walls and stuff. Painting's not hard. Like it just, the price a lot of these guys want for bathroom remodels in particular is fucking insane. It's crazy. They're like, we'll do it top to bottom and it'll take us a week, and it's going to run you yeah, exactly. It's going to run you, I'll say 65. And it's like, wow, okay, well, I'm not doing that because that's insane. I don't think I'm going to gain 65.
You got to support local businesses. All right. These are American workers, Taylor. These are not those. We got all the illegals out. No more of that. Don't worry. These are American dollars for American workers.
The Mexicans come in phase 2.
They're sending a white guy in there to plumb. Okay. You gonna nickel and dime him? Christopher?
I'm not going to nickel and dime any electricians or plumbers because they are people I actually need to do things I don't know how to do. Or rather, I wouldn't trust myself to do up to code via YouTube videos, given I have no experience with this stuff. No. But then I also talk to people who are like, yeah, actually, literally no one has told me not to get a plumber. Everyone has said you need a plumber for a lot of these things. A lot of people have told me like, you don't need a real deal electrician for the basement wiring. Like you just go to your box, which is over there in that corner of your storage, and you run wires out and do it over here. And I'm like being polite, listening. I'm like, yeah. I'm going to hire someone to do that because I want to know when Inspector comes out that he's not going to be like, wow, did a retarded monkey wire your overhead lights? Like, why did you do this? And I'll have to be like, yeah, I botched it pretty good, didn't I? There's a lot of needless wires, but yeah, I'm excited to get it moving. But
a lot of extra wires,
just huge amounts of extra wires. I knew a couple would work.
It's not that hard. I think you could do it too. There's some little things you want some guidance. Scums around. You can ask him. You don't want to put Romex and conduit and shit like that, but
wear shoes.
But by and large, I think electrical work isn't that hard. I do have a tip. Here's my tip for you. If you end up doing a lot of your own work and someone says, Taylor, that looks great, you did a good job, do not pull a Woody and say, it's not good. You just didn't notice these flaws here, and here. Don't do that. They didn't notice the flaws. You don't need to be the guy that tells them.
I will not. And
I'll don't do your own wiring.
I'm not going to do my own wiring.
Wiring is like the thing that I don't fuck with that. I'll do plumbing. I'm super comfortable with almost always. Like what's the worst thing that could happen? Like plumbing doesn't kill you when you mess up. Wiring kills you when you mess up.
I'm not going to dig into my own foundation to put a rough in. That's crazy.
Come on. You don't dig, you blast.
You blasted in my foundation.
Yes. You're gonna need
put slugs in the shotgun, take 1,200 bullets, 1,200 rounds.
I had a couple people being like, for that basement egress, they have large wet saws you can rent at some Home Depots where you could just saw into your own foundation, and it's like, no,
that is house cracks.
It's like, no, I need someone insured to be doing foundation work. I don't trust my dumb ass to not do that.
It might be a challenge to find a contractor who wants to partner with anyone, including you. Like we had a contractor who sucked, and I wanted to switch. I wanted to have a different contractor take over the job. Nobody would touch it. They didn't want anything to do with this half-finished job.
Damn.
Well, I think once I get the rough in and the egress set up, if you have a rough in, it's not hard to do the remaining plumbing because you're just hooking the toilet up to that and getting it moving. But the framing, I'm not intimidated at all by framing stuff and drywall. Like that's just measuring and cutting. That's pretty cut and dry, not too much wiggle room there. You do it right or you don't. Flooring, especially the kind of flooring I'm looking at, like it's going to take a huge amount of physical work, but it's what I'm more worried about is getting to a point like what you've said about video games, Woody. Like I don't want to get to a point in a project where I'm like, I don't know what to do. Like, I don't know what the next thing is. I don't know how to remedy this problem I've inadvertently created. Like, I don't want that. But stuff like flooring and demolition, like that's kind of self-explanatory. Like it takes a lot, but it's doable. And if it saves me tens of thousands of dollars, like that just seems like the smart move to me. And it seems like you've got a ton of experience doing this stuff.
Oh, are you talking to me?
Yeah.
Yeah. I've done things. I'm not great at everything, but I could do things.
Did you ever redo bathrooms and whatnot?
Bathrooms? No. I redid a bedroom into an office once, floored it and did a little bit of framing to put like a cabinet inside the wall, stuff like that. I've done my stable. I did all the electric work in that. It's pretty straightforward. GFCI stuff, but see, I have a cheat code. My brother's an electrician, and I can like shoot him pictures via text and things like that. And I won't make a mistake because he's there for me. But I bet Scum can answer residential electric questions without thinking. They're really simple for a guy who knows what they're doing.
Yeah. I love that I love that that's what he does. Like something so practical, so real and tangible.
He does harder stuff.
He does way harder stuff.
Sure. Yeah. My brother's a super electrician as well, like licensed in so many heckin' states, and he does hard projects like toll booths and giant buildings and gas stations, which are electrical complexity that wouldn't happen in a house happen in a gas station. So he does that sort of stuff. And when I ask him like, all right, this is a tricky one, I want a light switch on both sides of the room for this. He's like, what will I do? What is
wow. It's like you being asked how to beat the first boss in Elden Ring. Like you'd immediately be like, direction. Dodge left, dodge right. He's going to swing here. Like 100% you'll know. Yeah. Have you done a lot of that stuff, Kyle?
Yeah.
Or much of it?
Like what specifically? I've done a lot of flooring and a lot of like running the wires like through the ceiling and hooking them up on the other end. I don't know anything about the fuse box end. That's the scary side to me. I don't know anything about fuse boxes.
That intimidates me.
Yeah, whenever we would do projects like that, my dad has a really good friend who is an electrician, and like his first job was working for the power company for like long enough to get a retirement, and then he did private electrical work, and then he wired my dad's house. So whenever they do a project, he's just there doing that. So when I look at the fuse box, I see death, especially on the farm, because there's a lot of more powerful electricity than what's in your house. So I was always, I didn't want to touch that. But like framing and roofing and plumbing, especially, so much plumbing. I talked to Dad yesterday. I was hooking his Hulu up for him, which is doing Hulu on somebody else's TV through video chat is excruciating. He's like, I don't know what my email address is. I'm like, you don't know? And he's like, I have no idea. It's written down over on the farm on a wall.
The password's not written down. The address itself is written
both are. He's got his like email address and his password written on an old refrigerator, and he had to drive to the refrigerator. And before I could tell him to stop, I was like, but we'll use mine. And he's gone. And so like 45 minutes later, he's like, I found it, and I'm like, use mine, and then everything will just download to your shit and match my shit. And finally got his Hulu going for him. He's blown away. Just infinite like stuff now. He's got internet and Hulu. It's like, oh my god.
Does he have ads though?
No, he's on my Hulu. I don't pay for
Oh, you got the good one.
I pay for no ads.
Yeah, I pay for no ads. And I think it's like, as opposed to $17 a month, something like that. But anyway, he was like, let me show you what I did in here. And he goes through his bedroom, and he had ripped out the entire bathroom and had tiled it and completely done a whole remodel by himself. He's like, took me almost 2 months, worked about 2-3 hours a day. And my knees aren't so good anymore, but I got in there. And it's like, I'm looking for flaws. And it's like, because like getting tile and grout right is so hard. It's like, fuck, he nailed it. He nailed it. It looks great. Like he made himself an enormous shower, and he ripped out all the like the sink and the countertops and the mirror and all the cabinetry and stuff, and he's redone all that. He did a good job.
That's impressive. He's in his 70s, right?
Yeah.
Wow.
He's 72.
That's an impressive task for a 72-year-old.
That's terrific.
Oh, he gets after it. You use it or you lose it, and he stays pretty active. He's in his pool every day, swimming. He loves the summer. He's like, well, I think we'll wait on Netflix till another day. I'm gonna go hop in the pool.
Hulu was such an ordeal. I think it was. What were the big holdups other than him just not having the requisite information? Was it like, do you see a code on your TV? Does it say to open it on your phone or laptop in order to enter this code?
Oh, that would have been way too much. I'm doing it all via my phone. I'm on my end, like I'm giving him logins and passwords. All he has to do is enter a login and password.
Oh, Lord.
But using a Roku remote. So it's like, there's a 30-minute thing.
Yeah, a 72-year-old with a Roku remote.
And I'm like, all right, pan to the right, pan to the left, and like I can't tell that certain menus are highlighted or not. And I'm like, I don't know why we're in a loop where he's like continuing, but it's going back to entering the password, continue, go back to enter the password. And we've entered the password 4 times. And I'm like, you're not doing something right. It's not your fault, but I just can't see move the cursor down. Now click continue. Yeah, you were just entering the password box over and over. That's why we kept going back there. So click continue. He's like, there's not a continue button. I'm like, no. Go on the screen, that continue, click that. He was trying to put numbers into he's like, the Roku, there's no letters or numbers on this. It's just, a Roku remote is just like up, down, left, right, okay, and off. We got him going though. He's and the best part is I can burn notice.
Burn notice isn't half bad.
I was like, as he was like scrolling through and I was showing him the menus of infinite content compared to what he's had before. I'm like, that's a good movie. That Prey movie, that's The Predator, but it's fighting Native American Indians in the 1800s. That's pretty cool. And this show's pretty good. And then I got on last night. I was watching The Bear, and I was like, look what Dad's watching. Burn Notice, season 1, episode 1. All right, he started at the right part. That's good on him.